Okay, today we are playing a game on Volskaya Industries. We were in the Gold SR range, and we will be playing about half the game as Moira and about half the game as Zenyatta. We are also on the console today, so consider yourself forewarned. Current team composition is Reinhardt, Diva, Hammond, Moira, Lucio, and Batista. So, yeah, goats. Very exciting. Very exciting. So let's just start the game. God knows I got nothing to say about that. So we've got to attack Volskaya first, and, sometimes really hard, sometimes really easy, depending on how things go. So I don't... isn't that just the definition of life right there, isn't it? It's hard unless it's easy, is basically what I said. How about that? So I don't like what we've done here, because as far as I'm concerned, Reinhardt just killed himself. That's what he's done right now. But we fade in after him. Don't fade after people who have done something ridiculous like this, because now all that's happened is we've faded in the middle of... into the enemy team, and now... well, if they turn and just focus us, what do we do about that? And if they're paying attention, they should go like, oh, Moira just used Fade. Fucking killer. That's not what happens. We get away with this for a long time. We don't even actually heal the guy. We're busy sipping Symmetra, trying to kill her. So we didn't even try to keep him alive after we came in after him. And then we loiter here for a long time. A long, long time. Like, oh shit, oh god, oh, just, hey, maybe if I just pretend I'm on their team, they won't notice. Hey, look at that, we just walked right out the door. That was all very bad. Very, very bad. But we got away with it. We didn't get punished, which means we don't have to learn, right? But, oh god, don't fade after people who are, like, in a dangerous position, because... they're in a dangerous position for a reason. You don't want to fade right next to the danger, because you just used your only escape to get closer to danger, which is not a very good practice to get into. So we do have Coalescence built up now. The enemy team are playing a pretty like bunkery comp right now, so Coalescence is pretty good against that kind of comp, because they're usually pretty clustered together. Didn't really need to use the healing orb right now. The only person who's really hurt is Diva, and she's not in critical anymore. And she's got 3 healers stood right next to her right now, so didn't need to use the healing orb right here, really. Could have just saved it. Didn't need to use the damage orb because we've already got Coalescence built up, so we didn't need to use that either. We could have just saved the orb to use for a better reason later. So don't do this. Don't, like, press right up against the person with Coalescence, because the whole point is to be hitting as many people with Coalescence as possible on both teams. So we should actually be moving back, so that we actually get our team and their team in this Coalescence, because we also want our team to, like, go in with the Coalescence, right? Which they can't really do if the Coalescence never touches them. So we should actually go back, not forward, so we get our teammates in the Coalescence sooner. Now, we've started getting through the doorway, a bunch of people on the enemy team are dead, so we just try and start sipping this Mercy to death. Unfortunately, then Moira was using Coalescence, so it took us a little bit of time to get there, but we got her in the end. And now they're missing, like, half their team. So things are looking pretty good for us now. Symmetra's wall is here in the middle. It's a little inconvenient, but I mean, you know... ultimately, what are they going to do to stop us at this point? God, there's a lot of particles on screen, isn't there? The bitrate also really goes to shit on this video at certain points, doesn't it, when there's some particles on the screen. Look, it looks fine now. But then as soon as someone uses an ability, it all goes to shit. So we captured the first checkpoint with relative ease, which is nice. We've almost got Coalescence built up again now for the second push. We're playing Goat, so we can build it up pretty fucking fast. Oh, Diva's right there. Yeah. It's very optimistic to chuck the orb when Diva's looking right at you, or when Genji's looking right at you as well. Like, you kind of just have to hope they don't respawn to you at all to actually get away with it. So I'd rather save the orb just because Diva's like right there, right in front of us. So, I just use Coalescence, like, immediately, to be honest with you, coming in here, just, like, try and keep the momentum going as much as possible. So, we hold it for a little bit, doesn't really make much difference at the end of the day. Here comes then Moira again, she's got Coalescence, she's fucking dead. Someone's over there in critical health right now, we weren't healing them. Who was it? Who the fuck was that? We also weren't healing that guy. He's in critical health as well, actually. I don't know who that is. I think it was Batista. We weren't healing him. Should have been healing him. Whatever. Doesn't matter. We've won the round. Hooray. All good. So now time to defend, and we're going to go with the same comp we had towards the end there, because Ryan changed to Winston pretty early on. Which I don't necessarily support, but hey, it worked out, right? So, whatever. So we're waiting to do some math right here. I usually like to just throw it through the doorway, to be honest with you. Personal preference, really, doesn't make much difference. I always like to throw it, like, right around here. And then it, like, bounces into the room over there. You can fuck the geometry off if you're, like, a couple pixels off, and then it just kind of doesn't really go anywhere. Very sad, but people like to go through the center, so I like to just get the orb out there as quickly as possible. Sometimes no one goes through there. Sometimes I mess up the geometry and it goes way off, but, you know, such is life. If it pays off, that means I got, what, like, a few seconds extra efficiency on my damage orb, and that's what I'm about. That's the good shit right there. Moira's a really good hero for, like, very small incremental increases in efficiency. There's always, like, a little something you can do to be a little bit more efficient. So, didn't need to use the healing orb right here, to be honest with you. I mean, he got absolutely fucking blitzed by, Junkrat right there, so, you know, that's sad, but it didn't look like he was gonna get spiked to death. I'd rather just, like, hold the left click over him rather than use the healing orb right there. Just because it doesn't look like it's set to gain much value from just healing Lucio, basically. Because it's gonna heal, like, not even 100 health on Lucio, and then it's gonna, like, bounce off and, like, maybe heal a little bit of health on other people. You get very little efficiency out of it. And I like to get as much out of the orbs as physically possible. So, there goes somebody pinning, he pinned Batista, so that's very sad. Reinhardt's behind us right now. We've backed up right into Reinhardt. I'm guessing we just didn't see him, but, like, there he goes. He's over, it was that side of me, actually. It's very awkward, you know? Whichever way it is for you, you've got to point the opposite direction for the camera. Life's difficult sometimes, you know? So, we got just backed up into Reinhardt and died, so, a little bit on the suboptimal side. So, they're gonna capture the first checkpoint, not the end of the world, like 80% of Volskaya is the second checkpoint, as is the case with a lot of 2CP maps, right? The exception, I think, would be Hanamura, where the first checkpoint's probably like 35% of the map. Second checkpoint's still hell, but the first choke point on Hanamura, oh god, how terrible. I don't know what to think about Paris fully yet, but I'm kind of like, man, both checkpoints are absolutely torture to attack on Paris. So, you know, it's about on pace with most 2CP maps in the game, isn't it? I don't really think Paris is that badly designed, to be honest with you. It's just, like, the nature of 2CP, I think, where it's just, like, it's so hard, right? It's so hard to attack 2CP maps. The exception probably being Volskaya's first checkpoint, which is actually reasonably easy to attack as far as they go, but, like, god, that, like, Death Star run you have to do right at the start of the map, and then the second checkpoint, which is basically like Hanamura, but it's got a statue in the middle of it. Oh, less oppressive high ground as well. It's not as bad as Hanamura, but, like, the architecture of the point reminds me a lot of Hanamura. It feels a lot like Hanamura when I'm trying to attack the map. I still hate it. Mind you, like, you know, it's how it is, isn't it? It's like if you play in a payload map and you push the payload up kind of far up the track and then you get killed and have to attack again, well, now you just have to go through the choke point without the payload, and that's really fucking hard, right? For example, see Numbani third checkpoint. You push it up the street, like towards the end of the third checkpoint, get killed. Oh god, now we have to go through the tunnel without the payload? Oh god, how fucking nightmarish is that? It's just how it is, right? Like, pushing up somewhere is just kind of hard to do. Choke points are hard to break, that's the moral of the story. So we're going to change to Zenyatta now. I'm not a big fan of doing it, like, right there and then, just because that they are poised to do their attacks soon, and I'd like to actually be out there, like, in anticipation of them arriving, pretty much. But we decided to just go back, change to Zenyatta. There's a critical health boy over there. It's over there. Wrong side again. Who is it? It's Lucio. Lucio's all the way up there. Currently in critical health. We should put the Harmony Orb on him as fast as possible, because he's the one that needs it the most right now. Is that their amplification matrix? That's the worst amplification matrix I've ever seen in my life. Oh my goodness. Look at that shit right there. Oh, wow. Right up against the wall. Look, they've got like a solid foot that they can stand in and actually use the Matrix. Isn't that absolutely incredible? Wow, very efficient. Looks like our Hammond's trying to use their Matrix right there. So, oh, Reaper's spinning on the point right next to us. We don't need to move on to the point right now, really. Also, I don't think we've noticed that Reaper is there. He's like been on the point this whole time right next to us. Like he's trying to kill Diva right now. Like, we don't need to move on the point right now, and we shouldn't move on the point, because moving on the point is really fucking dangerous. We also probably want to use the amplification matrix, right? Because we swerve, or like, ooh, if I left-click a man through this with Discord, oh, he's gonna be so unhappy about it. No doubt, but we don't want to stand on the point right now. The point's scary. Especially since Reaper stood right there. The point's scary anyway, but particularly when Reaper's standing right on it is very scary to us as Zenyatta. So we ended up dying, very tragic, but they were mostly dead at the time anyway, so Reaper just wasted his ultimate, which is excellent news for us, honestly. Because imagine now, right, that fight went exactly as it did previously, but Reaper didn't use Death Blossom. They come back now, use Death Blossom in a fight where they hadn't already lost. We don't have Trance yet. Oh god, that could be bad, couldn't it? We don't have to worry about such a dystopian reality, though, because Reaper decided to just waste his ultimate, so that was very nice of him. Batista is in critical health right now. So we want the Discord orb. We don't want the Discord orb on him. We want the Harmony orb on him as fast as possible. But then he gets killed by Junkrat, even though he was standing in his own immortality field a second ago. So that's nice. That's nice. I swear to God, when they're in the immortality field and they just move out of it to die, right? And it's 9 times out of 10, it's the guy that used the immortality field. It's so upsetting to me. Happens a lot. So we do want to be up on the high ground, ideally behind the point right now, because this is a very scary place to stand. Don't know if they still have Reaper. I don't know if we push tab and saw. That's something to keep an eye on, because we need to know, like, where Reaper is. If we don't know where Reaper is, we need to be really worried about where Reaper is. So we use Trance right now. Yeah, a couple of people looked like they were about to die, so, you know. The thing is with, oof. Well, it's a good thing you didn't use that like a second or two later, isn't it? Oh, God. You have to be careful when you use Transcendence for, like, not enemy ultimates, but we did just see Reaper use his ultimate not that long ago, and, like, the tanks were getting kinda scary low, so it's alright, we used Trance, and that's fine. They've got a few ult batteries on their team, so we're already halfway back towards having Transcendence up again anyway. They do still have the Reaper, so we have to be worried about that. Basically, we just have to be looking around a lot to make sure Reaper isn't sneaking up on us, because there's a lot of places Reaper can get on this map without you noticing him. So we have to be, like, really vigilant. If we don't know where Reaper is, we should really worry about, like, finding Reaper. We should not go this far up, by the way. This is a very bad idea. Because we have to go, oh, so far back to safety, right? Like, oh, God, it took us, like, 5 seconds to walk all the way back to safety. We didn't get punished for it, which means we don't have to learn. But we should have been punished for it. Well, this is a great use of Immortality Field right here, where nobody is actually fighting on their team right now. Fantastic. Did just interrupt our reload. Twice, in fact. Try not to interrupt your reload. Bad efficiency. Very bad efficiency. So we've got Trance built up again, so we don't have to worry about Reaper sneaking up on us with Death Blossom now. We just have to worry about Reaper. Did we know this was Reaper over here? I think we knew this was Reaper over here. Yeah, because we've got Discord Orb on Reaper right now in the corner, I see. So this is very scary to do, because Reaper... Look, we're easy to kill. Reaper can pretty easily one-shot us or two-shot us. He fucked it up. So, hey, again, you don't get punished. You don't have to learn. But we super did deserve to die for that. If that Reaper's better, we just goes, bap, dead. And then we're pretty sad about that. Obviously. And then, you know, if we die right now when we got Trance, oh god, and Reaper killed us, runs on and uses Death Blossom, oh god, that could go bad real fucking fast, couldn't it? That's obviously not what happened to us, but I'm a boy who likes to minimize risk as much as possible. If I've got Transcendence and I need to use that to negate, like, certain ultimates on the enemy team, I ain't gonna walk up to try and, like, blitz somebody with a shotgun when they walk around the corner, because what if I die? And then what if this happens? And what if that happens? It might not happen, but why even take the chance, right? Reaper spinning behind us. Did actually hear him using Wraith form. Because, right now, I've just heard him Wraith form behind us. Well, I've heard him use Wraith form. I don't exactly know it's behind us, but I've heard him use it, and I can't see him. So that pretty much tells me, he's coming up behind us. It's just one of those things also. If you haven't seen the guy for a while, just kind of assume he's up to no good. So we should actually be trying to break the immortality field right now, because we're just shooting into the immortality field. We should just break the immortality field. Or be trying to anyway. We also don't have Discord orb on anybody right now. We actually just put it on somebody. Great job. Never mind. Disregard. But it took us a little while to get there. Oh, big crouch. No, don't jump. That's the opposite of crouching. Sometimes it works, okay? It depends. But, like, we're not getting away back, right? Here's what you do. You press right up against it and you crouch. And you hope that the geometry works out that it protects you. Or, alternatively, stand in the immortality field. Because the immortality field, we're standing in it right now, does actually save you from this. Did they break it right beforehand? No. Wait a second. I've seen it save you if you're in the immortality field. It saves you from the tire as well. Something fucked up here. They weren't in the field, perhaps? Did everybody, like, move out of it right beforehand? Because now I'm fucked up. Now I'm doubting myself, even though I know I've seen the immortality field save people. Oh yeah, they're way far back. They're way far back. Yeah, immortality field saves you from self-destruct and the tire. It does drop you right down to the limit, obviously, because you still take the damage, but it doesn't kill you if you're in the immortality field. Junkrat Tire's the same way. Doesn't kill you if you're in the immortality field. But no immortality field, you press right up against that geometry and you crouch and you're like, please no, please no, please no. And sometimes it works, because geometry's funny like that. Sometimes you're on King's Row and you're like, alright, let me just... And you're like at that lamppost and you're like, alright. Find the pixel, let me measure my screen real quick, alright. And then it kills you like 9 times out of 10. But sometimes you find the perfect angle and that lamppost saves you from the self-destruct. So anyway, I was talking about all that, so I wasn't really paying attention to this fight. Should just shoot the immortality field, try and get it out of the way. I hate shooting shit like that. Like, I hate having to break things like that, but like, it's, you know. So, Diva Bomb, got Earth Shattered. You know, there's not a lot we do to stop ourselves getting Earth Shattered, other than just try and, like, line of sight it pretty much. Like, we don't have anybody to block Earth Shatter, so that's sad for us pretty much. Oh god, oh no, alright, he didn't come for us, alright. I expected that Reinhardt to push W right there. Well, we're on console, so hold forward, whatever. So we're getting cock-blocked by Reinhardt right now, but he's not worrying about anybody else, he's just kind of looking at us, so whatever. Oh, big pivot over to the not to the immortality field, the amplification matrix. Use trance right now. We ended up not saving Diva's mech, sadly. Like, it's pretty late to use it for Diva's mech. And then Junkrat uses the tire right there, and we can't save him from that. Like, the point we use it at, like, I know why we've used it, things don't look good, but I also look at that and go, Diva's losing that mech. There's no way I push trance in time to save it anymore. Nobody else needs trance right now, so I save it a little bit longer. Doubtlessly, we'll probably use it in this fight regardless, but I don't want to use it right there, just because the person we were mostly using it to save was losing their mech regardless. But hey, you know, we're just gonna totally 2CP them. I'd rather heal Batista than that guy, to be honest with you. Because it's just like how I prioritize things as Zenyatta, where like, Zen's really bad at healing large amounts of hit points, so he's really bad at healing tanks. I prefer to heal the DPS and the healers as Zenyatta, and let the main healers, or just the higher output healers, worry about the tanks. So I move it to Batista, and let him worry about trying to keep Winston alive. Winston's also in the immortality field right now. Not anymore, though, but he was right there. And now Batista's dead as well. It's just we've got better odds of saving Batista than we do Winston. Winston's big, easy to hit, soft tank, we don't heal a huge amount of health. We got better odds of saving the other guy. Either way, we're going to 2CP the fuck out of them, pretty much. We should just change to a faster hero right now, to be honest with you, just to get out here faster. But, they're starting to lose steam at this point. We've 2CP'd them hardcore. What a well-designed map type it is. Here comes Junkrat. He's hopping around. He's going for it. Oh, got it on him. Got the... Oh, God. Move it around. Canceled that reload like 4 times right there. Ooh, bad efficiency. Reaper spinning. We ain't got nothing for that. Oh, God. Self-destruct. Jesus Christ. What a mess. Move the Discord orb onto the Mercy, because it's not on Mercy right now, is it? Nope, it's on Reaper right now. Put it on the Mercy. We want Mercy dead. We can see Mercy's being tased by Winston right now and is already half health. Move it over to her. Then we deal with Reaper after Mercy's dead. Mercy dies regardless. Don't get punished. Don't have to learn. I got pushed it too late. I would have used it here, but I would have slapped it, like, way sooner. Like, now. Like, right now is where we push it. Because we end up pushing it, but we do it too late. Guy's already dead. So now we're just kind of like up here with Hammond. And, less good. Less good. Is Reinhardt behind us? Where'd Reinhardt get bunted off to? It is... Yeah, he's behind us right now. Yep, there was the fire strike right there. So he's behind us right now. That's scary. He's, not really our problem yet, but, oh, okay, he's dead now. He's dead now. No problem. They got a few seconds left. Here they come. Yeah, push him back. Hold him back. Get in the way. Push the man back. Sorry, sir, I'll need to see some ID before we let you in. So, was he play the game? Was he play the game? It was probably D.Va, wasn't it? Yeah, it was D.Va. Yeah. Life is difficult sometimes. Immortality field does save you, though. It is very scary to use it against that kind of thing, no doubt. You're just like, alright, here's the bomb. I'm gonna stand right out in open space in front of it and just trust this little Roomba to keep me alive. It's very scary. It's very scary, but it does keep you alive. Barely. But barely alive is better than dead. What stood out the most? I guess positioning, just kind of being aggressive in a lot of situations, when we could have been playing more passively. We didn't abuse high ground at all on that map as Zenyatta, and like the high ground right behind the point on Volskaya is really good. Like, you have to be careful of like the side paths up to you, especially as Zenyatta, because they got a Reaper still, so we have to worry about that, like him sneaking up on us. But if we're just vigilant and look around frequently, it's harder to get snuck up on. And it's just really, really sick to stand back there. Very hard to die, big line of sight, all good stuff. So, positioning, pretty much, is what we'll go with. Which is a very, like, I don't have anything too productive to say, so we'll just go with the is probably correct and not necessarily super helpful answer of positioning. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. Start streaming on Twitch Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 7 p.m. EST till 10 or 11 EST, depending how it goes, usually 11. There's a link to the channel in the description, and if you managed to make it all the way through the video and somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future, and I hope you found the video helpful.